What's up, everyone? Ryan here, and I'm back with another College Football 25 Kentucky Dynasty Mode Series video. And today, it is time for the final week of the regular season here in Season 2. We got the number 3 ranked Kentucky Wildcats going into Louisville to face off against our rivals, the Louisville Cardinals. So this is the Governor's Cup matchup. The big thing about this rivalry match is the Louisville Cardinals. Not only can they upset Kentucky today in front of their home fans, that would also be them getting revenge after us taking them down in Lexington last year. It may possibly knock this Kentucky team out of the college football playoffs. So we have to win today's game. Because if we don't, there's a chance we move outside of the top 10, getting beat by an unranked team. So the Cardinals are sitting 6-5 in the season. They're sitting 3-5 in the conference. And the Kentucky Wildcats are sitting 10-1 on the season. We're sitting 7-1 in the conference. The unfortunate part about this, SEC play is over for Kentucky, but it's also over for Alabama and Georgia. Since we did lose to Georgia this year, we cannot play in the SEC championship game. So we will be playing in the first round of the college football playoff regardless. Even if we stay the number 3 ranked team in the nation, it does not matter. We cannot make the conference championship. Georgia plays Georgia Tech. They're done with the SEC play. Alabama's done with the SEC play. Regardless on if they lose their game today, they are still both going to be in the SEC championship. So Kentucky falls short. We lose the tiebreak against Georgia, which is why we are not in that tiebreak match. But for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the top stories, taking a look at the college football playoff projections. I'll show you the conference standings as well. And then we'll take a look at season stats at the end of this episode. We'll take a rundown of all the season stats for this current season. We'll do the recruiting. Like always, I will have timestamps for you all in the video description. So if you want to go ahead and jump to the Governor's Cup game, feel free to go ahead and do that. But we're going to be diving into the top stories first. If you get some enjoyment, be sure to drop a like. It really helps the channel and it keeps this series going. Subscribe for more, and there is plenty of other sports game, career mode content. You like Dynasties, career modes, this is the channel for you. We got 10 ongoing series at the same time right now. You can check out the other series by scrolling through the channel page or checking the different playlists linked in the video description below. So moving on to the top stories of the week. So all the top stories are based on the top 25 and conference standings. So we take a look at this. This is the updated top 25 moving into week 14. Alabama, number 1. Michigan, number 2. Kentucky, number 3. Oregon, Georgia, Kansas State, Syracuse, Texas Tech, Penn State, Missouri, Boston College, Texas A&M, USF, Clemson, Nebraska, Ohio State, Miami of Ohio, Wisconsin, Pittsburgh, Liberty, Cincinnati, Virginia Tech, Texas, Jax State, and Illinois. Look at Liberty, everybody. 10-1 there in the Conference USA, likely going to win that conference, and they have a shot to actually make the college football playoffs. It is possible for them to make it. It's going to be tough. We'll see how week 14 shapes up. Going to be really tough for Liberty to do that from the Conference USA, but anything can happen here from week to week in college football. Honestly, if Liberty was sitting undefeated, they probably would have a much better shot to make the college football playoff from the Conference USA. It's going to be really tough to do that, though, based on how this top 25 is looking right now. Okay, so here's a look at the conference standings. I was wrong with what I said earlier about Alabama being done with conference play. They play Auburn this week. Auburn is unranked. It's Alabama at Auburn. If Alabama falls to Auburn, we could be in the conference championship against Georgia. I don't know who wins the tiebreak between Alabama and Kentucky because we have not played Alabama this season. I do not know what the tiebreak is. If Alabama falls to Auburn in Auburn today, we actually can still be in the conference championship. Georgia is done with SEC play. Alabama is not. We still have a shot to make the conference championship. Wow. Please, everybody one time. I need everybody right now. You don't have to go to the Kentucky-Louisville game. I want you all to go to Auburn today and root on Auburn to take down Alabama. Oh, my. Okay. All right. That is going to be electric. So there's your update on the conference standings. So we're going to take a look now at the college football playoff projections here. If the season ended after 13 weeks, this is how it would look. So you would have the top 4 conference winners would be Alabama number 1, Michigan number 2 seed, a number 3 seed would be Syracuse, and then number 4 seed would be Texas Tech. Keep in mind, this is going to change a lot, or has the potential to change a lot, especially if Alabama loses to Auburn. That would be incredible. But Kentucky would be facing off as the 5th seed versus USF. That would be a home game for the Kentucky Wildcats. You'd have Penn State at Kansas State, the 9th and 8th and 6th seeds, or the 9th and 8th seeds. Kansas State is ranked 6th. And then you'd have the 11th seed Boston College at Oregon versus the Ducks, the 6th seed. And then Missouri 10th seed versus the 7th seed Georgia. Look at that. The good news about if this happened is we would not have to play Georgia for a while, but we would still have to play Alabama likely if we make it through. So we got to hope we can take the number 1 spot, get in the SEC championship, right? First off, and then take down Georgia in the SEC championship, get a first round bye. Alabama moves out. Maybe Alabama gets beat first round. We get lucky, and then we make our back-to-back national championship. So that is if the season ended today. This is what it would look like. And here's a quick update on new recruits we got at the end of the last episode. We locked in a 4-star offensive lineman, agile tendency, Satiki Aloka. And we at Adrian Warlow, a 4-star power rusher right in. These could be very important recruits for the future of this Kentucky Wildcat team. Now, at the end of this episode, we will take a look at all the season stats and then, of course, do recruiting here for the final week of the regular season. And it is time for the final game of the regular season, the Governor's Cup between the number 3 ranked Kentucky Wildcats going into Louisville to face off against the Cardinals. We have to make sure we don't let this unranked Louisville Cardinal team upset our team today. We can't do it. We have to come focused. We have to play smart football. They have home field advantage, and Louisville, Kentucky is going to be fired up for this matchup today because nothing they would love more than to possibly knock the Kentucky Wildcats out of the college football playoffs. That is possible if we lose today. We are sitting 87 overall. Louisville is sitting 81 overall. We can't turn over the football here in Louisville, Kentucky today. We have to play smart. Our offense has been the huge struggle recently. Our offense has to wake up today. Practice went great this team. Brock Vandegrift had one of the best practices all week. We have to hit the right receivers, make the right reads, and let our defense do what it's done all season. Carry us. Our defense has carried this team to a 10-1 season. Let's finish 11-1. Let's go ahead and dive on into the game. I'm so fired up. The Governor's Cup. We took down Louisville last year in Lexington. They are back for revenge. Playing for the Governor's Cup. Let's see what uniforms Louisville is going to be wearing today. So they are wearing the red jerseys. Let's have them actually wear all red today. Let's have them wear all red. Make it a little bit easier to tell the difference. And then we're going to wear blue pants. And then probably the chrome helmet. I like the chrome helmet the best. Yeah, we're going to go blue pants, white jersey, and chrome helmet. That is going to be the one. Let's make sure the playbook is set. Playbook is set. It is time. Kentucky versus Louisville. Huge rivalry matchup. Final game of the season. Let's win this one, everybody. Let's get fired up.
Welcome, everyone, to Louisville, Kentucky, and we may be in the bluegrass state, but blue is the color to avoid if you love the homestanding Louisville Cardinals. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Kentucky Wildcats, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going.
Okay, we receive.
Cardinals will kick it away to start us off.
Come on.
Fielded in the end zone, it's White.
We got to play focused football. Huge rivalry matchup. For those of you not familiar with how big this rivalry is, it's massive. Kentucky leads 21-15 all-time rivalry.
No question about that. But when they square off for the Governor's Cup, oh, football is big time.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
SEC, ACC battle.
This rivalry game too. It means a lot to these fans, and the bragging rights are rich.
Yeah, you're right, guys. It's not just horse racing in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. They play a big-time football game here as well. I've actually called this game before. These fans get hyped.
Oh yeah, this game is always electric. I thought we could get that. It was so close. They read that really good. Okay.
The Wildcats pulled out a thriller the last time these two met.
And they were so happy after that win because they dug down deep and made the plays late in the game that they needed to make in order to win.
Yeah, and the Governor's Cup, it seems like it's always a
That's incredible blocking. That's what our line has done all year with the run. Our problem has been throwing, but play action is the key this week.
Sign if you're on offense, you're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up.
That's incredible. Barryon Brown held in the zone there beautifully. I actually hit the open receiver. So
he was in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up.
Listen,
so double team him.
I've been so upset with how bad I've been playing as the quarterback lately. I've been going back and watching film. I've been watching myself play. I've been going back and I've been seeing all the receivers I've been missing. And it's helped me. I'm going to use that to get better. Listen, I want to win. I don't like throwing multiple interceptions. Like I don't like missing open receivers, but it's part of the game. It's not an easy video game. So I'm just trying to get better. We made mistakes, recognize it, get better.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
Come on.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Yeah, if you come in sleepwalking, you are in trouble in Louisville.
Trying to seal the edge on the right. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Okay.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone.
Shotgun.
Running,
Inside zone right.
Driving it right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now.
The freshman is in. I do not like that.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal.
Trust the freshman on U of K, everybody.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Hearing on U of K playing never gets old. Huge touchdown here for the freshman against Louisville. You love to see it. Got to make this field goal, right? Or this extra point. Can't miss these today. I've had a tendency to miss these, but just nice. Yeah, nice and easy.
And the extra
Beautiful.
point makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. He'll start the return inside, and the ball's free deep in his own territory.
The hit stick. Who just made that hit? I know I was controlling him, and I put the hit stick on him, but who just made that hit? Are you kidding me? Godfrey, are you kidding me? Linebacker lines him up, hit stick fumble. Who recovers it? Smith. That is how you win. How do you take home field advantage away from the other side? Big time touchdowns, like we started on the first drive, and huge turnovers. Are you kidding me? Huge tackle from Godfrey. I timed that hit stick to perfection. Way to pick that fumble up. Okay, I'm going to pause the video, take a couple screenshots here, and we're going to win this football game. Okay, got some good screenshots. It's time to win this game. Come on, what a start for this Kentucky team. A huge turnover for Louisville.
If you're on the return team, you know if
Now, I'm going to try to get into more play variety today. I have a tendency to do the coach suggestions, but it locks me in. The coach loves to call the same plays over and over, and I do not think that is a good strategy at all. So we're going to start running some counters, changing it up a bit.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
Trying to get fancy, because here's the thing. If we play the way we are in Heisman in the playoffs, the way we've done this season, like all the teams have done to us offensively, they're going to shut us down. They're going to learn our tendencies. You have to mix up your play calling, especially on Heisman. I would say on any difficulty in this game. But, like, the CPU is so good at picking up on that, and you've seen that this entire season. Defensively, we've held our own, but oh, that's perfect. Dane Key, what a block by the freshman Sanders and the senior, born and raised in Lexington, Kentucky, Dane Key with a touchdown block there. Brock Vandegrift gets the job done.
You saw the quarterback.
That block was phenomenal. Show us this play. Yes, watch this.
That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage.
Watch Dane Key. Look at that block. And Sanders, the freshman tight end, the recruit we got last season. We had him as a redshirt. Changed on week 2. What a decision that was to not redshirt Sanders. He's been a game changer. That is perfect blocking from this offensive line, and Dane Key reading the quarterback, putting a big block. He didn't have to do much. Just step in front. That's all he did. 14-0. Shocking Louisville today. Even though we were the high favorites, right, in this matchup, but still, in rivalry games, anything can happen. Our strategy this week, get momentum. So, score touchdowns when we have the chance, whenever we have the ball, right, and try to get turnovers, and we did that. Let's keep it up. Wow, I love this game so much. What a season that's been. Heisman difficulty is awesome.
And this figures to be just a
never thought I'd say that. Remind me I said that after Alabama and Georgia beat us by 30. No, we almost beat Georgia, in all seriousness.
And the good thing is, if you're a defense,
but yeah, Heisman's been such a challenge. Every single game has been so stressful this year. Every single game. What a play.
He is stopped behind the line.
I read that perfect. I'm going to keep the match zone. I'm not going to put the blitz on him yet. I'm going to blitz on third down, probably.
Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that start.
The end on that side played terrible.
Nice job by the defense being ready for that.
That was terrible. Watch the replay. Look at number 23.
Ready for a first down.
Well, this is one of the fastest.
Okay, let's put the blitz on him.
Football, and that's why the option's a
that was
good
embarrassing.
Idea, because if he can get out in space and he gets a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
That was me that time. I read the running back. That should have been us. The quarterback read that perfect.
He does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what?
We got this. Come on.
Offense is when you get me at second and short, second and medium.
Beautiful.
Everything in the playbook is open to me.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run.
I like.
Coming into this one, they were going to be challenged.
I think we got to go match, cover 3 buzz.
All of college football, for them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
I'm going to be the end here. I think I can sack him.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make...
How did he make that throw? I mean, 2 of us got through to the quarterback. I broke through there, but then 79 did an incredible job of picking up that block, right? He was helping out on the double team. Look at that blocking. That was amazing. But Robinson comes on the other side, drills Clarkson. Clarkson's getting crushed. And he's able to toss it up in the air beautifully somehow. We've done that a couple times this season, so we can't be too upset. But where's our coverage? Look how much time our defensive back has to read this. Look at Dunn. This is looking like early season defensive backs. I mean, go up there and make a play on the ball.
All the time.
And that's practiced, man. That's all summer. That's all spring.
Okay.
Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
The give to the tailback.
Good play.
Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure.
Gonna run a
they
nickel
keep the
trap
football, let him
blitz.
get lathered up.
Let's sack the quarterback. Come on. He's a sophomore, right? I think it said. I was reading the quarterback there.
He gets it across the 25 to the 24.
Okay.
Give him 5 on the carry.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna get aggressive here.
This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall?
I think we had the perfect play to.
One period, and these receivers
They might have thrown. They might throw it, but
take a look at the stats.
why would you throw on 3rd and inches? I mean, it's risky, right? You can take advantage of the one-on-one matchup.
Here in the second, we'll see if they continue.
Now we go 4-6. See, and look, I'm going to do a 46 cover 3, but I am emphasizing run up the middle all day, every day.
They'll try to pick it up on the ground.
That was great push from the offensive line. That was incredible blocking. Look at that blocking and the pickup block by number 11. That was really good. Okay. One wide receiver set. Let's do a 43 over. Tampa 2. Oh, it's okay. It's a Wildcat formation. Running a Wildcat formation against the Kentucky Wildcats. A trick play.
Takes a hit as he fires. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Nice job by the quarterback, hanging in the pocket, hanging in there. He knew he was going to take a lick. He took the lick, delivered a strike, and got the score.
Well, our quarterbacks just figured our safeties and cornerbacks who were supposed to, our cornerback who's supposed to be back there, I get safety, right? Tampa 2. They just abandoned their coverage because they were confused on the trick play. That's another throw. Was that the wide receiver who's taking a shot and is able to throw it on a dime? You're kidding me.
And after the extra point, they cut the lead.
Welcome to Heisman difficulty when you play on the road, right? Their quarterback took a shot, threw it up perfect, and that's their wide receiver on a trick play, taking a hit, throwing it beautifully. Hey, I love that play by Louisville, though. That was a really cool play. Like, cool to pull out a play like that. Our defense should have been there, though. We were in coverage to stop that. Where was our safety? They were up. They thought it was a run. They bit up. Okay.
After standing on the sideline,
it is what it is. Let's bounce back.
They really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a
Let's run a
thing,
screen.
Man. Like you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah,
it wasn't open.
Of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Let's see if they go back to the air on second down. Gonna run it. It's Patterson.
None of them were open.
Okay. 1 to the 18. These two first met in 1912, and both have a rich history of stars. Johnny Unitas, Lamar Jackson from Louisville, Bear Bryant, Tim Couch at Kentucky through the years. The rivalry is a great one, fellas.
That's a great list of people to think about in this rivalry. Obviously, it runs deep, and the uniforms are solid, right? Like bright red, blue on the other side, just a nice color clash.
Yeah, visually and optically, you're right. This is a very good-looking rivalry.
He'll take a deep shot here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move.
Good thing that ball was thrown far out of reach by Brock Vandegrift to where it couldn't be picked off. I think he could have picked it off. He just went to knock it down, luckily.
Jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver
So
makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it.
that's just a. I should have thrown that to Dane Key one-on-one on the outside. Instead, I threw it into double coverage, which is not ideal. So it is what it is.
First time this afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong.
Okay, that is great blocking on that right side. Good hit. Come on. It's always a hard-hitting game here in the Governor's Cup. Wake up. Defense. They should have never have had that. That's two plays that never should have happened. Secondary has to wake up. Do you want to win or do you want to lose? It's as simple as that. We're not playing like we want to win, secondary-wise.
They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine
I'm
if they
putting
could
the
put
blitz
another
on 'em.
touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. They'll give it to him again.
Silver has to make that tackle. He's right there. Somehow he bites up. Let's show a cover two now and run a sim pressure again. We haven't ran any changes in coverage shells yet this game, so now this might throw them all.
They haven't been physical.
Coming a shot toward the end
That could be a
zone.
pick.
And they wanted
That looked
it
like
all.
pass
That
interference by the
incomplete
offense,
pass.
but
Instead, they're looking at third down.
okay, we've got to go a match zone here. I'm thinking a match cover three.
Deeper coverages. 'Cause this offense
Showing
has
cover
shown that
two.
They're willing to be aggressive. They've got a lot of speed. This defense cannot allow any big plays here in the second half.
Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Unloads to the
Two
wideout.
people there. Pick that ball, Godfrey. Way to knock it down, but he could have picked it.
The
Hey,
Cardinals will
that's what
call
we
on
needed.
their punt
That's
team.
what this defense
They ought to be
does.
able
They
to
fell
use this
apart
first
first
punt
drive.
to
They
penalty.
did that last week, too, if you remember.
First
Our
one
defense
is
did
away.
not play
Boy,
good
he's put
first
him
drive,
working
but they
that
did the
loss
rest of the
last
game.
week, kicking it 5 times.
Okay.
Kentucky sends the offense
Go back to my favorite
out
run
onto the
play.
field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm.
That's a
in that
great
last
block.
drive.
Good
Someone's
cut
gonna
by
have to step up and make
Patterson.
the play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run.
Oh, you all think
inside
what
out,
I'm thinking?
forward, backwards, get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35.
Buttons. X is brown. Dane Key is B. Okay.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Key. And he
Study
goes
the
out of
buttons,
bounds.
right? Not that I would ever hit the wrong button, ever,
Still some work
in this
to do
video
after
game.
that last
Never have I ever done
second
that.
down. The give to the back. The Wildcats
Good run.
have enough
Okay.
for the first down.
They needed only 1 yard. Good job.
Kind of
by
like
the
another
offensive
play
line,
action.
getting just
I might
enough
just keep
push
running
to
out of
keep
this
drive
formation. Run it on them.
Trying to
Little
keep
play
him off
action.
balance on first and 10. Got his man
I tried to
quick.
spin. It
And
wasn't a
just
good
short
spin, but
save.
I tried it.
This play, they pick up
End
a few.
around. Is that to Barryon
Yeah,
Brown?
this is a
It
running
should be
back
on this side.
Running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in
Oh,
space.
my.
They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
They run the reverse. And the defense
Wasn't
was
open.
ready
Okay.
when the wide receiver got the ball.
What great discipline showed by the defense. When your job's contained, you're
I'm looking
supposed
for
to
Sanders
protect the
here,
football.
our reliable
Watch your eyes
weapon
to
here.
see if the ball starts to go away. Your job
Looking
is to
wide,
stay
shallow
focused.
cross.
Great
Sanders
job.
underneath, but
Stay
Dane Key on the
disciplined.
outside.
Great move for the defense.
Barryon Brown is tired. Oh, no. This is an important first down. We got to call timeout.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here.
We have to have Barron Brown in there. Like, there we go. He's in now. Okay. So now we run the same play with Barron Brown as Y.
From here. Third and long, and he'll try to
wide open. Yes!
Ripping through the defense. And
great choice by Ryan Gamer on the sideline, the head coach, calling a timeout there, allowing allowing Barron Brown to have a rest, because he's who you need to look for there.
There was no question where the quarterback
okay,
was
let's establish the run.
All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best
into
player.
the 2-minute warning.
It doesn't matter what the coverage is.
It's actually the 2-minute timeout, though, right? In college football, they call it that in real life, but it's the 2-minute warning, right? They still call it the 2-minute warning in this game, though.
Toss to the outside.
That's holding. Easy holding.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on
you can't tackle him. You can't, believe it or not, you can't tackle the other team.
Amazing how many times
an
offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it.
I knew they were thinking.
To the right. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the offense goes toss.
There's a reason that we chose to not go with Cadis this season as a tight end. Can you all watch? So I thought that they were thinking I was running to the wide side of the field, which is what we've done the entire game. I change it up. The play is wide open for a touchdown. Watch number 84. This is a senior. 82 goes down the level, and 84 thought number... I don't know what happened there. 82 is going fine, right? But then he stops. 82 stops to run back because he sees 84 miss the block. How do you not try to put that block on? Do you all see that? If Cadis blocks, that's a touchdown. All day. Anderson is going to seal the safety there if everything goes to plan. Cadis doesn't even try to block. The linebacker didn't even try anything fancy. Running. You could say Anderson missed the block, yes, but Cadis missed an even bigger block. That's...
running into the boundary where there's just not
that's unacceptable.
Room to work for the running back.
Unacceptable.
He got tackled for a loss.
Let's get fancy here.
Offense gets set for second down. Wide out in motion. To the air, it's Vandergrift. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
Okay, I'm going to do a formation sub here. And can we? Yeah, we don't have time, do we? I would love... Who's the outside? Number 9. See, I want Barron Brown switch there, but it's all right. So...
And wait just a second.
Booth review. I thought it was close, but it did look like a catch to me.
And they take another look.
And it was.
Play,
okay.
The officials on the field were right, and the play will stand.
We've got to look for Barron Brown here, right? Actually, clear out's going to be open.
Trying to get a little scratch in
with the way they've been playing, this is open.
Takes it from the gun.
Wide open. Down. What a play call.
It's key. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
Speed option. I told myself I'd never run that again, right?
And because of that, his
for good reason.
To him on critical down and distances there on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered.
Anderson, incredible blocking, good cut on UFK, everybody.
That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
What a turnaround offensively. Going back and watch my own film has helped me a lot. I'm hitting the open receiver, making better play calls, calling plays out of the formation, not relying on the coach suggestions as much. 21-7.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point.
Okay, thank you all for the one times. Thank you for never giving up on this Kentucky offense. Maybe some of you did give up, but you're fired up about our defense, but our offense is back. I wouldn't say our offense has been great this entire season. We've had some great running games. I will say that. We have a great running game. 100%.
He thought about bringing that out for a
passing game, not so much. But here we go. Cover 4 match coverage.
The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best.
And this sophomore
beautiful coverage sack. I did not like how they ran that match zone there. So I'm going to break the match zone, and we're going a normal dime cover 4. That's still match. I just want a normal. I just want a normal cover 4. I didn't like the way I didn't like the way the outside linebacker ran that last one at all. Because I'm covering the middle. They helped me out when they left the wide open spot. And if we're not there on the quarterback, that's a touchdown. Not a touchdown, it's a big gain. So I just want a normal cover 4.
Because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss.
That's not a normal cover 4. Go cover 3 then.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
Right, they ran it 3rd and 13. Smart play, timeout.
The defense denying him the first down.
Hey, we want to go in at the half 28-27 against our rivals. When you play away, it's just like we did in Georgia. The reason the Georgia game was so close, 17-10. We got momentum early. That's what we've done this game. What did we force 2 fumbles?
He only needs a sliver of daylight.
Against Georgia?
He did a great job.
What a play. Okay.
On that return and was able to set up the offense.
Should we call? Is this the I'm gonna do it. We're gonna go into the formation subs here. And we're gonna change. We're gonna take out Macklin for Brown Stevens, and we're gonna wait. We don't have time.
You getting a little bit of rhythm.
Take the delay of game. Just take it. It doesn't matter.
Gonna try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller,
I wish you could go into formation subs by pausing it. I don't think you can, though. I could be wrong.
See if they can pull it off again here.
Did they call that on our defensive end? Can you change formation subs here? No, you should be able to. Why can you not go to formation subs here? That makes no sense to me. You have to do it here, but you don't have time. So now we just messed up that formation. So, yeah. So there's that.
This offense with a fresh set of downs.
I still like the route, though.
Wants to throw. It's Vandergrift. The sweet feet buy a little time.
Vandergrift to Dainke, born and raised in Lexington, Kentucky. Making a big-time play there. Are you kidding me? What a throw.
The job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his way.
I told you that Brock had the best week of practice he's ever had. Good read. Incredible throw. I love this formation. Doubles flex week. Now, I do want to change it back, though. Dude, can we? What if we? Okay, we have time. What if we sub out Macklin over there and we put We want to put Barryon Brown in. Yeah. Okay. Now we're rolling. Because this route here in the end zone, if Barryon Brown cuts it more out, it's a touchdown.
Before then, they can get another score. From the gun, looking for a man. Moves around to clear up the vision.
Sanders, are you going to look for the football?
Trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
This is going to be open. So this one's beautiful to Barryon Brown. Nobody can guard him on that. It's a play action into Barryon Brown. That's the only route I'm looking at. If it's not open, I'm throwing it away.
From the offense. Off the play fake.
I tried. It was open. Okay. What are we doing?
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still third
Turbo.
and goal.
Why? What are we doing? Oh, no. Okay, I do like the play call, though. That's what I would have called anyways.
From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes to the end zone.
Brown! Sending him in motion. The formation sub worked. Barry Brown with a big-time touchdown in Louisville, Kentucky today. Come on.
The ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, putting Barry Brown as the motion man there, it's almost impossible to guard him. You can't. And I knew that he was going to be open there. I didn't mean to do a turbo hurry-up offense, but we did. Finally, our team shows up both offensively and defensively. It took 12 weeks to get here. Well, it took 14 weeks to get here. Now 12 games to learn how to play offense. It took me going back and watching my own film. Hey, I take it serious here on the Gamer Ability YouTube channel. Do you want to win or do you want to lose, YouTube? Sometimes you just got to study your own film, see the mistakes you're making, and get better, right? We got to go prevent here. I mean, they're going to kneel it, though, right? No, they're not. Okay.
They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break.
Oh, okay, they're going to run it. That makes sense.
And a really nice run and
timeout. Are they going for the big play?
Disaster and stop the really big play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline.
Would have been cool to get a pick six there, but what a half! Let's go, Kentucky! What a game so far.
Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, all the tradition and bad blood between these programs, it's all kind of come to a boil today in a spirited first half in the fight for the Governor's Cup. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this fight between Louisville and Kentucky plays
What
out.
about that throw by Brock Vandegrift? Are you kidding me? Seeing that again on the run, beautiful. And hey, Dane Key made that play. It was a great throw by Brock, don't get me wrong. But Dane Key, like, basically had to lay himself out a dive on that. It wasn't a full-on dive, but he had to give an extra effort to get to that ball. Not many receivers are going to get to that ball. But Dane Key hustles to it, gets there, makes a big play on the football. Let's go Wildcats. I'm going to do cover 2 shell, continue to do pressure on them. Cover 2, blitz.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one.
I read that so fast that Silver didn't make the play, but now I'm going to change it up. We're going to go a nickel 2 trap. Let's show default.
More aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Dialing up a second down pass play.
What a sack! Are you kidding me? Hardaway!
Back at the 13.
He just came in like a wrecking ball there. Now we're showing cover 2. We're going to run a cover 3, a cover 4 drop zone. I don't like it. Got to run cover 3, Sky.
Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. He unleashes a long
hit. Let's go.
Incomplete. That would have been a
Was that Hairston?
he could have held on.
Sanders. Oh, nobody can catch that football. He took a big-time hit stick shot on that one. Oh, my.
To get that done. Incompletion on third down.
I do like the audible there. You can't only rush 3. If you only rush 3 on third down, you're going to give them all day. So I audibled out. It didn't. I don't know if we had time for the whole team to get the audible, but it worked. Hey, Louisville can't cover this team. Why not keep throwing it on them, right? I mean, I'm going to run, don't get me wrong, but we're still going to throw it.
Really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Okay. And it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep
enough
on until they find an answer.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need
can anybody else block?
Bring a guy down. Have fun with that.
I'm going to put in a guard. I'm going to put in a guard there. They can't be much worse. I can tell you that.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try the run.
It worked. Even though the guard looked pretty slow. Let's go play action. They're going to think we're running it to the wide side. I'm going to hit Sanders here, or maybe the fullback. Sanders.
He's going to throw deep right side.
That is a perfectly thrown football. A perfect route from Sanders. We're finally getting more freedom with our play calls.
Because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on island.
Mixing it up, play action. I think calling through formations is a good way to do it. Look, 73 made the block. Are you all thinking what I'm thinking?
Pick up there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Do we have one where he goes out just like that?
Going to work on 2nd down.
This should be a touchdown. I do not think you could guard Brown here. I really don't.
Wide receiver shows motion. To the air. It's Vandergrift. Touchdown, Kentucky! And the punishment
That's close. It was close. What a catch.
Kentucky builds this lead.
It feels like it's been a fast break on the basketball court here for a while now. Kentucky showing the speed all over the field, pulling away from Louisville.
Told you it worked.
Taking care of business, taking care of emotions. The battle, obviously, of Kentucky. They're doing everything they need to do.
It's definitely a catch, but the question, that's not a touchdown. Are they not going to challenge that? Here's the thing. Louisville might be thinking, they're down 34-7. They're like, we're probably not going to come back. Now, I missed. Dane Key was wide open. Well, no, he's not. Look, the linebacker wants me to throw that. Like, look, if we throw that, number 10 is watching the quarterback all the way. That might be number 16, but he's going to jump up and get that ball. Nobody else was open. So we made the right read there. He's open, and we made the right throw. But the question is, I know it's a catch. That is not a touchdown. What a catch. Louisville's not challenging it because they're probably thinking they're on like inch yard line. They're going to score no matter what, right? But still, is that a touchdown? The ball does not pass the goal line, right? So like he catches it, right? The foot is in bounds. You only have to have one foot in. It's definitely a catch. I don't think that's a touchdown. Because the ball doesn't cross. Unless there's some odd rule in college football to where if your knee hits the pylon, it's a touchdown, which I do not think that that's a rule. The ball has to cross it, and the ball did not cross it. But my guess is Louisville is like, we don't want to challenge it. We're getting crushed, and they're going to score anyways. So we'll see. They might still challenge it. No, they don't. See, that's how much confidence. The Cardinals have so much respect for our offense. They think we're going to score on that 1 inch. We would have. We would have done a quarterback sneak. Barron Brown gets credit for the touchdown, though. What a catch on the sideline. What? That was phenomenal. The turnaround, all I had to do was watch film.
The ball will come out to the 25-yard line.
Believe it or not.
The Louisville
I'm actually mixing up my plays, calling play action, put Barion Brown in that motion formation, switching up our formations, playing smart. High-level football today, everybody.
So you don't wear the defense out.
Defense continuing to do what they do. Minus that first drive, like, that's what we do. I'm putting the blitz on them. Double blitz. They can't handle it.
It's 2nd and 12.
You saw me come over there to read that, but I can't make that much ground.
First down, they'll spot it at the 37.
Okay, let's hit them with a show cover 3. We're going to go they're probably going to throw it here. I'm going to do a hard flat. Because I think they might do a spot pass here. Play underneath.
They'll give it to the back.
So I tried to play underneath. Instead, I accidentally predicted run up the middle, which is why you saw everybody bite up. But if that's a pass, it's a touchdown.
And this game's all but over.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense
Trying
every
to
week.
play
Let's
underneath.
continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Deep, play it underneath. I just had a feeling they were going to do a spot pass with some type of screen. I thought they'd do it last play. So now we go into dime. And we go into show cover 3. Or let's show cover 2 and run a cover 3. I like a match zone better here. This is a normal zone. I still like it.
Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Buying some time. He'll pull it down and run. As they say, touchdown, first down, or
yeah, they're going to punt. They're down so much right now. There's no way they're going to go for that.
Punt this one away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt.
We may be ranked number 2 in the nation after this win. A rivalry matchup? Like, I tried to break it. But yeah, we might move in to a better ranking. Let's run the football.
Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got him right.
That's incredible. Patterson has had such a good season. He's playing great football. Now let's do a counter. So now we're lining up. No, that's not going to work. We got to flip it. Just because they're going to expect us to run to the wide side. Actually, is there a play action audible? Dude, it was a motion audible, unfortunately. A motion audible, unfortunately. If that wasn't a motion, we just didn't have time to do that audible. I saw the one-on-one a bit too late. That's all right.
And slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Now on 2nd down.
I'm looking at actually the fullback here. Maybe Sanders. We'll see.
Now the play fake. Starts to scramble to the left.
Get the first down, Brock. The sideline saved us. I probably shouldn't have done that.
It's really lucky there. Ball on the ground. Everybody's trying to make a scramble for it, and it just goes out of bounds. So the offense lucky to maintain possession.
They go to the counter.
Our first counter of the day, or second counter. Trying to mix it up a little bit. Now let's run.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run.
Let's go back to this formation and see if that offensive lineman can lead block here.
But you got to stop the run first.
Change the ID the mic there. Okay, we got it.
They need 8 on 2nd down.
I think we should have cut that up a little bit better. That's on me. They're going to blitz on 3rd down, right? Okay. So now we go back to the motion formation. What's going to be the first down play? What's going to be, I think, the slot cross. 2-minute or into quarter, right? Okay.
And Kentucky has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up.
First big win of the season. It's huge because it's against our biggest rivals here, the Louisville Cardinals. It's even more sweet doing this against Louisville. So now we go, it's either the slot cross, we look at Barion Brown or Dane Key. Actually, yeah, I like it.
Wide receiver coming across in motion.
Dane Key's out. This is not ideal.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Scrambling away.
Are backups in? Is that the freshman? Our backups are in. That's Ajayi is the 4-star Gym quarterback. They got our backups in quite early, do they not? We finally get to see our first look at the recruit last year, who won't be our quarterback next year, right? Because we have Stephen Bullock. Our 5-star Gym quarterback will start next year. He's not here yet on this team, but he will be here soon. But let's see how good Ajayi is. Let's get him the ball.
He's looking to throw.
It is a good thing they ran into each other and the defensive back couldn't turn his head around on it. We got lucky.
Part of being a defender, especially
I like clear out still. I'm going to run the same play, but what I'm going to do is do a shorter route.
You could tell.
Yeah.
Stuck his foot in the ground. That in route was breaking in. They knew it, broke on it, swatted the ball down, and made a nice play.
Ajayi, where did you throw that ball? Who were you throwing that to?
I think in this situation, after that incompletion, 4th and short on
that is
your
a
side of the
great
field, the
question.
smart play
I
is
do
to
not
punt
know
it
who
away
is throwing that to.
and
Do
rush
we?
the defense.
Yeah, I mean, we just punt. We're up 35-7.
This will be the second
Best
time they've had to
defense
kick it away.
besides Georgia this year, probably. I don't know it by the numbers, but it has to be up there.
Excellent coverage that time.
Our special teams is dominating today. They are putting hard hits every single time. It's amazing.
Go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
The freshman was a little bit rattled there at quarterback on that last drive, wasn't he? Yeah, I'd say he's a little bit rattled.
Humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36.
Just a little bit rattled, right?
Looking to move it through the air.
That was a great route.
Left side. Nice pick up there.
That's
Gets
such
him
a
the
good
first
route.
down and
Okay.
Sets him up at the 45-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to
Remember, we have all of our backups in. I don't know if I like this, that we have all of our backups in this early, but we do need them to rest, right? We can't risk an injury. So keep in mind, yeah, all of our backups are in. Defensive line, linebackers, cornerbacks.
Second down after the incompletion.
Everybody's out. Offensive line.
He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat.
What a
He
tackle.
was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Okay, so
This offensive
now
line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get
we got to
the
do a
opportunity,
buzz
because
match.
They have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
Working the middle. They've got it
I hit
inside
jump. The
the
problem
30,
was I
they'll
turned
mark it at
around.
28. It's
I
first
turned
down.
around. If I don't turn
This
around
dude is
there,
just
I'm able to see it and
exceptional
pick
in
it.
every facet. So fluid, such a great
That's
route
tough.
runner,
Okay.
and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win and gets a good release.
I
gets
read
down
it
the
too.
field.
I
You see
came
his
across
extra
the
play,
middle
you
ready to
get your
pick
guy,
that,
give it
but
to him, get the first down.
clearly I didn't
And
pick
the
it. So,
Cardinals with the 1st and 10.
well, at least we know the Louisville Cardinals can move the ball in our backup
Looking to
defense,
pass
right?
inside the red zone.
Moving the ball pretty well, right?
Makes the grab.
Good hit.
They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up.
I should have
Got to
picked
the
off that
defender,
one.
was able to put his foot
I
in the
should have picked it
ground,
off.
get some
It was
separation,
close.
catch it,
If I
and
read
run
it
field
better,
for the
obviously.
He wants it all.
Number 32 is right there. That's done. That's our starting quarterback. He just misread it. I think that's done.
Listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that
I could be
works,
wrong. Was
find
that done?
somebody
I believe it was.
And this offense is strong.
He's right.
Down
Oh,
back
he got
I like
picked.
that they continue to
Yeah, Dunn got picked by the wide receiver coming across the middle, so he had to move through him. Good decision by the quarterback there. They're going to onside kick it, obviously, but I think it's too little too late.
And the extra point is good. They still trail 35.
Do you all agree with our coach's decision, the game's decision to take out our starters? I understand I can mass sub back in, but wear and tear is a big thing in this game, and we do have a huge lead. Get down.
But the hands team is able to corral it.
Now run the football.
Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
If he gets through that, that is a touchdown. There was so much daylight there. That thing could have been taken to the house. Let's do this. Come on.
No need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart.
Okay, 73 is not one to have in there either. So he's not doing much better. Let's check out the freshman. No, let's not. We can't check out the freshman quarterback. I don't trust him. Let's just run it. I don't trust our backup offensive line either, but I do trust our freshman running back.
They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side.
And that's why.
Down yardage as they move it to the 44.
So we just chew clock now.
So much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Okay, the freshman running back is really good.
We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Line getting set on
It has the
second down.
safety as the middle linebacker. That's why you have to make sure you are IDing the mic. 62 did a fantastic block there.
They go again with
Wow, what a run.
huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. Going with the counter play here.
Louisville is just, their defense is completely defeated today. Completely defeated.
There's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the
73 made the block there. Our third string running back gets the touchdown there. Another one. We just crushed Louisville today. You love to see it. Governor's Cup victory, Kentucky Wildcats, and we dominated.
Makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job.
We dominated last year as well. Our team is looking amazing today. This is the form we needed to be in. Getting ready for maybe the SEC championship game. Has anybody paid attention to the bottom? Have they showed Alabama and Auburn yet? I don't know. That's probably a nighttime game, so it probably hasn't happened yet. We need Alabama to lose by Auburn so bad. It is in Auburn, which makes it so much more likely. But it's also Alabama. I'm so proud of our defense. Our defense continues to dominate.
This offense has pretty much been
They should have only had 7, but we put our backups in, and I agree with it. Why risk an injury?
You can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you
should have been there.
Finish this game. You got to try to prove something to them.
I was there. I just didn't make a play on the football.
They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters, and maybe find something positive.
Ooh, way to tip that. Beautiful.
For the weeks to come.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that
I mean,
football, and it'll be
Louisville
second down.
season ends today. They're going to get a bowl, though. They had a 6-win season,
Looking
so.
to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. This time he's got it. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative.
Should
right?
we
You got
blitz
the
them?
lead, but
Is
here's
that
what I'm
crazy?
trying to get sacks. I gotta
They
be
might
more
quarterback draw
efficient.
here, so
I
I'm
gotta
going to
make
put
sure I'm
Dunn
getting
as a
after
quarterback
the
spy.
spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games.
What a
We had
catch.
but that's okay.
That's a
what
great
you're supposed
catch.
to do. Keep competing,
Wow.
defense.
Well, the defense just needs to do a better job on that critical situation. That was a golden opportunity to get off
This
the
game
field,
is so
but
fun.
quarterback
What a
receiver
season,
doing
and
better
this
on
is what we
that.
needed.
Nice throw. Nice
Finally
job by
locked it
receiver.
in on offense. It took a whole season to get ready for this point. I feel like offense was never in sync throwing the football this year, minus like 1 or 2 games. But yeah, it just wasn't there. And this is the game. Now, it was against one of the lowest rated defenses we played this year, but still, I mean, it's a rivalry game, and Louisville's, they're not a bad team.
And do better next time.
But
And this game is
yeah,
obviously
they're not the greatest
but I
defense
think
here
the
in this
fans would
game.
argue too at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up.
Why
this
didn't he
offense
jump
and
up
keep
for that? Was
fighting.
that a
I
little
think
bit
that's
too
what you wanna
far
see. You wanna
back?
see
I
the
feel like I
squad
was
not
there
quit.
ready to make
Keep
that
fighting
pick.
until the very end of the football.
14 seconds left. Do not allow another score.
Snap it on 1st and 10.
Louisville wants to finish the season before their bowl game on a touchdown. They check down. Don't tackle yet. Don't tackle yet. Tackle now. That's game. Kentucky wins.
No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
What an incredible game for this Kentucky Wildcats team across the board. Offensively, defensively, we came out. First drive, we got the ball, took it down, silenced the fans a little bit here in Louisville, Kentucky today. But then the biggest play was made by Godfrey. Special teams, kickoff return, hit stick tackle, fumble, Smith picks it up. We score again. That deflated this entire Louisville team and this entire Louisville Cardinal fan base in Louisville, Kentucky today. They were shocked. An offense who struggled this entire season. I wouldn't say this entire season, but last 6 weeks, we were not in sync offensively besides running the football. But even that, running has not been as good recently. But finally, Brock Vandegrift got it together with his wide receivers. Timing was down today. Play calling today, much improved on the offensive side. Barryon Brown, big time game. Same thing for Dane Key as well. Our offensive line played amazing. They get a game ball as well. You know, the reason Brock Vandegrift played so good, not only because he was making good decisions, making good throws, especially that throw on the run, but our offensive line did amazing from start to finish. Wow. 14 points in the first quarter, 14 in the second. Our defense held Louisville to 7 points in the first half. We went into halftime with a 28-point lead. Not a 28-point lead, a 21-point lead, 28-7. We came out, scored 7 and 7. That was with, when did our backups come in? It was after that touchdown in the third, right? So our backups came in and did score a touchdown on Louisville in the fourth. And our backup defense held the Cardinals to only 7. Now, I do not think that Louisville had their backups in. I would doubt they did, but you never know. Sometimes the CPU does do that in this game when they're getting crushed. But 42-14 here for the Governor's Cup. We take a look here at the statistics for the game. We had 21 first downs. They had 16. We had 399 yards of offense. They had 260. Our defense held them to 52 rushing yards. We have dominated on the defensive line stopping the rush this year. Same thing with our linebackers. They've dominated with run stop as well. But where we struggle a little bit is passing. And Louisville still passed on us well today. 208 yards. They completed those crazy passes the first drive. Remember that? The quarterback was getting sacked, throws it beautifully, and then they do that trick play to the wide receiver, and the wide receiver throws it on a dime for a touchdown. It wasn't on a dime. Wobbly pass, but still was a touchdown. That was a cool play from Louisville. It really faked out our cornerbacks, but yeah, we played some great football. No turnovers, everybody. Brock did fumble on the sideline, though. That was not great, but we forced a fumble on the kickoff. Special teams played amazing today. The tackles were amazing on special teams. Everyone was a hit stick, and they almost fumbled. So, yeah, their quarterback had a good game, but Brock Vandegrift, in my opinion, had his best game of the season. 11 for 14, 204 yards, 78% completion percent, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And the freshman came in. You know, he's a freshman. He threw one, I don't know, he was supposed to throw it to the open receiver on the left. He threw it straight down the middle of the field. Not sure what Kenneth Ajayi saw on that one, but he's a freshman. That was his first play time this season. Patterson has a great rushing game. 15 for 90, 1 touchdown. And look at the freshman Drayton, 60 yards. And Brock Vandegrift, what about that rushing touchdown he had? That was fantastic with a great block from Dane Key and Sanders. Now receiving consistent all the way across the board. But Barryon Brown, 2 touchdowns. Great play calling. The 1 touchdown probably wasn't a touchdown, but at that point, Louisville was like, I'm not challenging it. They probably should have, but we would have scored either way. I understand what Louisville was thinking there. We would have scored either way, and we were crushing them. But it was a catch, but not necessarily a touchdown. I don't think it was a touchdown. Hit the ball, never crossed the plane, right? But wow, what a game for this offense. What a game for this defense. And this Kentucky team is the real deal. Are you kidding me, YouTube? 11-1 on the season. We only, between these last 2 seasons with Ryan Gamer as a head coach, the Kentucky Wildcats have only lost 1 game. First season, we went undefeated, obviously, all the way until the end. No, never mind. We lost the SEC championship to Alabama by a 64-yard field goal, right? Forgot about that. We did technically lose a game last season, but we won it all. And then this season, we did lose a game to Georgia, but a hard-fought game, just like that game against Alabama last year. But Georgia is so tough to play anyways, and you play them in Georgia, it's insane. But that last season was on All-American. This season on Heisman, you've seen the difference. Every single week has been so intense. You have to get momentum, which is what we did today against Louisville, Kentucky. We took down the Louisville Cardinals big time because we played smart football, did not make mistakes, we did not turn over the football, and we got the job done. Amazing game. But yeah, Heisman's been a blast. Is it stressful? 100%. But the CPU decision making is a lot better. Like those trick plays we saw today, some of those throws the quarterback made on Louisville was a little bit over the top. But hey, I do think it adds more of a challenge. We still did awesome despite that struggle. Our defense has shut down everybody this season. That's been the biggest kind of praise or biggest improvement for this team from last season to this season. Our defense played good last year, don't get me wrong. But the turnaround and the improvement on the defensive side this year, despite our offensive struggles, it's been fantastic. 42-14 for the season finale. But the big question is that everybody's wondering, did Alabama win? And we won't know that until after recruiting. So I'm going to pause the video, go stretch. I've been sitting down for quite some time, get some water, and then we'll do some recruiting here. You know, it is so nice to have a stress-free game finally. This is our only stress-free game this season. Even earlier in the season when we had some big-time leads, talking about Toledo for one. Toledo almost came back and won the game. They almost erased a 35-point deficit to beat the Kentucky Wildcats at home that was the opening day, right? We've had a couple games where we had a lead and then the other team came back. For the most part, though, it's been down to the wire every single time. It's time to recruit, though. Let's dive into our final recruiting. No, we'll have SEC. We'll have Conference Championship week and a week off. So, yeah. So, in this video, we'll probably have week 14 recruiting, week 15 as well. Okay. So, let's see how we're doing. David Sampe, this is the 3-star Gem cornerback who won't start for a while, right? But he will play eventually. I feel like the only problem here is the speed. This is when you're getting to hope that his speed improves. If it doesn't, it's a waste, right? I mean, because 87 speed, 5'11", 175. It's a waste of hours if he does not get faster. So we'll see. We may end up removing him from our list in today's episode. We'll see. Jaden Oosh, center pass protector, 4-star, and we are winning against Ole Miss. Ole Miss has the visit. I think we're still going to be fine. We fit his cell really well. I think we just keep going after him. Yeah, we fit the cell real well. His hard cell is workhorse and B+, A- B. Not perfect, but still good. And then BJ Meneers, maybe? Run stopper, middle linebacker. The hard sell, it seems, is working big time. I do not think we're going to lose this middle linebacker. And good speed. 85 speed. Going to be a good player. Already has 78 play recognition. Awareness will come with time. Would like to see a few other abilities on there, but you can't really be too picky. Now, this is Tony Beckner, a 4-star power back. This is the power back with good speed. Yeah, 90 has winning time. Good mental, a good mental there, platinum winning time, and look at abilities. So at the end of the game, Tony Beckner is going to be amazing. The question is, can we win? Yeah, we can. We're making good influence doing the hard sell, winning over Virginia Tech. They will have the visit, but they actually may choose Kentucky in today's episode. 6'2", 231 pounds of pure muscle. And then we have the kickers on our list, right? One of them we're going to have be a punter. The other one we're going to have be a kicker. Now, this is where in years past, in last season and in all of my other dynasties, do not do what I do. Do not make the mistake of seeing, okay, I have 275 hours now, so I can go after some more players. Don't do that unless you really need them, because you're going to end up with way too many players in your class, and what you're going to end up with is 13 wide receivers on the board. Right? How did you end up with 13 wide receivers? Yeah, if you watched last season, you know. If you didn't, well, yeah, I get carried away sometimes with extra hours. And yeah, 6 centers. So sometimes mistake happens. So we need to make sure we need 17 players on our roster next year. So we have 17 needs. We have 18 seniors, which means we need at least 20 some replacements. That is depending on what those seniors are, right? So yes, we do need to go after certain positions. We do need to find sleepers, but we also don't need to get carried away and just go after every single recruit because we have the hours. I've made that mistake multiple times. Now, a question that I am wondering right now is, do we actually go after another kicker? Because we have 2 on our list, right? We already have 2 on our team. Barry's graduating, so Barry will be gone. So Barry is our punter. Never mind. Barry's our kicker. Barry will be gone. We have Lyles, and Lyles is not great. But what if Lyles gets better in the offseason? But you're getting these kickers. What we're probably going to do is we're going to get these young kickers, and we're going to, I don't know, do we need to? We already have a punter who's a junior. We need him developing, but we can just get him next year. I don't know if we even need these 2 kickers. I think it's just going to take a roster spot we don't need. You know? Lyles is a freshman, an accurate kicker. We can look at Lyles, actually, and see what his development is. Probably not going to get too lucky on a kicker's development here. Let's actually take a look. I do want to see the stats, because if he's accurate, 84 actually, never mind. But he doesn't have any mental or physical abilities. But he could get them. And our punter is good. Our punter is good. We'll be a senior next year. But you could get a punter. We can get a punter in any season. Now, the good news is of going ahead and getting them is that you know they can develop, right? So I think we may go after the punter who has the coffin corner ability and maybe go after them. I think Lyles is going to be fine. What's their development? Lyles' development is normal. That's not great. So his development is normal there. What about our punter? Did we get probably normal? You don't usually see, yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's tough, right? That's a tough decision to make because you don't want to take up a roster spot for a kicker and punter. They're probably not going to get hurt. So if we bring in, we have 3 this year, and we're losing 1, and we're bringing in 2. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. We can make our choice and choose one. And honestly, I think our kicker we have, I think we go after the gym. Since this one is not a 3-star gym, it's going to be likely Alex. He's going to be probably normal development. Now, sometimes you can have a impact or star on a non-gym. You know, gym just says that their development is higher than normal. Could be impact, could be star, could be elite. So I've actually found an elite punter before, but that's the only kicker or punter I've found elite. Now, I do not think we need this kicker, even though we're winning the way on both of them. I think the gym kicker is the way to go. Now, why did I have this one on there? Because clear-headed and road dog. That's why road dog. This one has road dog too. So clear-headed is good too. But I think we're going to remove Alex Hargrove. Great kick power and great accuracy though. And wow, that's a really good kicker though, isn't he? I think I'm spending too much time thinking about a kicker, right? Let's just keep them on there. They're not even close to making their decision. It's not a big deal. We can take Lyles off the team. If one of these has great development, we'll just encourage Lyles to transfer, and we'll develop the kicker, right? We can start a freshman. That's fine. I'm not afraid of it. And then this is the Emmanuel 3-star athletic physical wide receiver with 93 speed, 90 jumping, and we're leading the way. So I did go after another receiver with the hopes of maybe tight end. That's who I'm thinking for this. 6'2", I'd like him to be a bit bigger, and I don't know. I feel like I'm getting carried away already. Like, we have these out. We can max out these hours here. We don't need to. I don't think we need to even go after Sampi. I am interested to seeing if we maybe get lucky with this player. But likely what this player is going to do, he's going to take up a roster spot. And how many we only have one cornerback this class? That's not good. Do we have any 4-stars? There's no way we have a 4-star who hasn't made a decision, right? No way. I mean, maybe. There's a possibility. A low possibility, definitely, but there's a chance. Yeah, no, they're all gone. Okay. So 3-star, we're probably not going to find a high-level 3-star cornerback that's that fast. We can hope we get lucky here. We have an hour. We have some hours. I will use them. Oh, a junior college junior might be worth. And then man-to-man. Might be worth just spending some hours scouting. Maybe we find a gym and we get rid of Sampi, right? Maybe. Maybe not. We do need cornerbacks. Like, it's a fact. So there we go. So we have cornerbacks on the board. We're never going to forget Shane McLennan, Tyler Trejo. I don't Trejo. I don't really know. And then David Ledbetter. We'll remember those when we play Georgia next year. Let's scout. We may get lucky. That's not lucky. Remove them. Even though junior college players usually come in a little bit higher, still, they're not going to start. They're only going to be here one more year. Oh, there we go. Speed 90. Better than Sampi. Ooh, there's a lot with the pipeline. Only Tennessee has an offer, though. Only Tennessee has an offer. 74 play recognition already. Terrible awareness, but we don't need them to be great there. Okay, let's wait on them. Go ahead and finish. No. 87 speed. No. Bust. Not ideal. Okay, so we found one gem. 90 speed. Is this player better than the cornerback we have on our list? I think so. The only difference is we're leading the way here. But we don't really need this cornerback slot, right? Yeah, he only has road dog, 87 speed, 89 agility. He's going to get beat deep every single play. Has worse play recognition than Deontay. Deontay is good already. Look at his play recognition. 74. Man coverage 74. 90 speed. 87 agility. 90 change of direction. 85 acceleration is not ideal. Has the natural. I'm going to go after him. I am going to go after him. We're going to send the house, and we are going to remove this player from the list. 5'11", 175. That's tiny. So we can get cornerbacks in the transfer portal as well. We could technically scout a few more, but we don't really need to. I say we already have really everything we need in this recruiting class. Yeah, I mean, we've got so much. We've got a lot of athletes. We've got so many good recruits. This recruiting class is amazing. What are we? Number 5. Yeah, I'd say with the potential to be number 2, really. I mean, if we land these, what do we have left? 1, 2, we have a 3-star and a couple 4-stars left. I still think that we are going to have one of the best recruiting classes. We don't really need to spend any more hours. I think we go ahead and lock in. We maxed out all of our hours that we have. We're going to get, actually, we didn't max out, did we? That final one I just noticed has 60 out of 65. I love recruiting in this game. It is just so much fun. Okay, let's advance the week, everybody, and see. Did Alabama get upset in Auburn versus the Tigers? We needed a miracle. Let's see if it pays off. Come on. Come on, Auburn. Let's go, Tigers. Come on, Auburn. And we got Jaden Oosh from Mississippi, a center 4-star. The 4-star power back, Tony Beckner from South Carolina, is now a Kentucky Wildcat as well. That's huge. And then we're first on the rest of the list. You love to see it, including the cornerback that we just added. Did Auburn win? Did Auburn win? No, Auburn did not win. That's unfortunate. Okay, let's take a look at the score. How close was it? Was it even close? Was it even close? Come on, Alabama. Alabama won 28-17, but so it was kind of close. I mean, it was kind of close. Yeah, Auburn had more yards, so there's that. Come on. So yeah, we cannot be in the SEC championship, unfortunately. We can't. Our hopes of the SEC championship is over, everybody. Which means that we need to check our college football playoff bracket. If the season ended today, we'd be the 6th seed. So Oregon gets the spot over us, even though, so they're ranked number 2 in the nation. We're ranked number 4. Alabama's ranked number 1. Michigan number 3. So they're predicting Alabama number 1. Michigan number 2. You got Kansas State number 3. And Boston College, the 4th highest ranked conference winner. So that means that, no, please, no. You have to be kidding me. Do you all see what I see? We're on the same side as Georgia. That's going, I mean, honestly, both of the sides are tough. I'm just glad that if we play Georgia, it will not be until the semifinals, right? We got to get there first. And if our offense is as locked in as it was, we can do it. But right now, it'd be 12th seed Nebraska versus 5th seed Oregon. 9th seed USF versus 8th seed Syracuse. Number 11th seed Penn State versus number 6th seed Kentucky. Number 10th seed Clemson versus number 7th seed Georgia. Here's the thing about being in the SEC. You may have an 11-1 season ranked 4th in the nation, but sometimes you may not even get a chance to be in the SEC championship. That's how competitive the SEC is. It is insane. We had a great season. We only lost to the game we lost was in Georgia versus the Bulldogs. We only lost by 7 that game. And that loss keeps us out of the SEC championship and keeps us out from having a chance at a first round bye. Welcome to the Southeastern Conference, everybody. Oh my. That is tough. So let's take a look at the recruiting here for week 15. We locked in some big time recruits and I'm just having such a good time with this series. I hope you all are enjoying this one as much as I am. I know these videos get long, but this season has been amazing. So Deontay Izine, we're winning. We're taking down Tennessee right now. We're maxing out hours. I still always do that. Think that I've clicked on and hit B. It's so easy to do. Now we're clicked on. So we are winning the way. Do we need to... Can we hard sell? We cannot. Not technically yet. We could get lucky and guess, but there's a much bigger penalty for doing that now after the latest update. You gotta be careful out there. And then we are leading the way on this middle linebackers. I thought their visit was week 15. Did they change it? Can't change it. So I guess it was 16. Hopefully that visit doesn't go well. And then kicker, we are leading the way. They are getting closer to make their decision. We don't need both of these, right? I feel bad removing one from the list. We don't need 2 kickers. We don't. That's taking up a roster spot. We're getting this one now, LaMarcus Moses, and Moses is the one who is a gem, which means higher than normal development, and they will be our kickers. We're gonna remove one of them. That's fine. And the good news about this one, we could move him to punter when our punter leaves, and then, I mean, likely we're gonna play him as the starting kicker. But yeah, I think that's the way we're gonna do it. Because we probably need to go actually after a punter to fill in our punter, but that will be next year. We can get a punter whenever. And this one, we do have a hard sell. But I do think since it's a C+, A+, C, since we're at top, I don't think we hard sell. Usually I would say yes, but after the last update, the C's are all over the place. Sometimes C's after the last update, players see as a bad thing, and you get a penalty for it. Not really a penalty, but a penalty compared to sending the house. You have to be careful now. There's a much bigger penalty for hard selling, not high grades. A C+ I think is fine. It's the C proximity to home that worries me. When Jerry is out there visiting Emmanuel, and he's out there trying to explain to him that Fort Lauderdale is really so close to Kentucky. Like, yeah, it's really just a walk away. Imagine Jerry trying to convince him that. That is why the C probably doesn't have a big of a weight. Used to, I felt like it was like averages, like if it's a C+, A+, C, if it averaged out to B. But it doesn't seem like that anymore after the latest update. If you're a C, probably is fine, but C- is when you're going to start getting a penalty, even if it does average out, because they're like, okay, this is good, and this is not. You can still do it and get away with it, but the question you have to ask yourself is it better than sending the house and maxing out other hours? Probably not. So you have to find out what will benefit more: sending the house, other hours, or the hard sell. If the hard sell has a potential to have a negative result or less influence than send the house, social media, and DM player together, why would you hard sell? It's not worth the risk. And this is an example of that. So we have 445 hours, but we don't need anybody else. That's a good problem to have. That is how good our recruiting class was this year. We could technically go after more 3-star gyms to fill up our roster, but I don't know about that. I don't think that is smart. Right? I don't think that's smart. We have a lot of athletes. If we go to just fill up the roster, we're going to have to make some cuts next year. And I do not want to have to make some cuts. You all saw how hard it was to make the decisions last offseason because I got carried away, like I always do. And I'm trying not to get carried away this year. This is our last week of recruiting, though, I think. Maybe the conference championship week. Maybe we have one more. I'm so sad we didn't make the conference championship. We could... Hear me out. Hear me out. We could check again for fast receivers from Texas. Everybody started shaking their head. Oh, no. Not again, Ryan. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but here's the thing. Does that stop me from doing it? No, 5'6", 188 pounds. I just want to see. I think we're all curious about this player. 85 speed, 5'6". I don't care if you are a 3-star gym, Dante. I don't think that... I don't think... I mean, I don't think he's going to get an offer. Does he have an offer? He's got one. Okay, he's going to go. Is that Boise State? Is that their logo? I'm not sure. So never mind, Deontay. Sorry for calling you out. I was going to say he's not going to go to one of the big schools, and that's true. He's definitely going to go be at a gym, but I was just hoping that 5'6", we'd find that 99 speed receiver. Here I go again. I love fast receivers. What can I say? I've got a problem. And that problem is I need all the fast receivers in the game. And, 6'5", Phil General, 3-star quarterback. Don't mind if I take a look, right? I don't think there's any harm. And we could look for a really, really tall tight end as well. I might as well scout, right? A free safety, not bad to take a look at. Punter, we don't need a punter. Blaine Wolf, just for that cool name. We're going to take a look. Here I go. This is when you just have fun, right? I'm not signing. Don't you all get worried. I am not signing all these players. Like, trust me. Now, if I find a 6'7" tight end, yeah, I'm signing them instantly. I'm not even thinking about it. So, and athletes are great to scout. 3-star athletes can be really good, especially if they're gym. A blocking fullback we could use is we could put them in that power O. Oh, a junior college sophomore fullback. That's not bad. Okay, now I do want to take a look at tight ends. I'm just going to look at height, though. You can't coach height, YouTube. Right? You can't coach height. Okay, let's take a look. 6'5", any 6'7". All I want to know, is there any 6'7" sleepers? Come on. Where are the 6'7" sleepers here? I know we have Sanders, but none. Okay. Any 6'7" wide receiver sleepers? Imagine. Any sleepers, like a deep threat 6'6" wide receiver. I'm just trying to get lucky with players here. No, not yet. There's some pretty tall ones, though. I will say that. From Kentucky, Carl Tootin. Deep threat. Yeah, welcome to the list. Here. I can't help it. Listen, I can't help it. I see receivers. I've got to at least go for them, especially when they're from Kentucky, even though we have 13 on our roster. I know. I've got a problem, and that problem is deep threat wide receivers. Okay, never mind. No huge tall receivers that I see. There's a lot of 6'4", 6'5". I was hoping to find, 6'6". Deal breaker. All right. Wow. You don't want to come to a national championship winning team because of a deal breaker? It's heartbreaking. Here we go. There's the QB. A Phil General. 3-star gym, but does not have great mentals or abilities. I do not think... We already have Steven and Ajayi. We're not going after him. I was just hoping to maybe get lucky with Matt. He's going to be a good quarterback somewhere. Blaine Wolf, please be a gym. With that name, are you kidding me? Well, Blaine Wolf is not going to go to any of the big schools. He may not get to a school. Might be a walk-on. And we already scouted this cornerback. An 86 speed. Yeah, right. And a free safety gem. 85 speed. Where... 3-star speed is just so much lower. You get lucky with receivers on 3-star, but not anywhere else. And listen, I know speed's not everything. I know that. But it is important to have. We do not need a free safety. We need a strong safety. Just one, but we don't. Never mind. We're good. We are fine. Right? Isn't that what that said? Did I read that wrong? We don't have any on the list. We have a free safety, the one we have on now. So we had the freshman we got last year. We have a lot of young talent. A whole lot of young talent. And we got some new cornerbacks. No, we only got one new cornerback in this class, but it wasn't a lot, right? There wasn't a lot of great cornerbacks. So maybe we do. We have that one right here we're going after, right? Yeah, Deontay. Deontay is better than Sullivan here. Sullivan has great play recognition, though. I'll give him that. But his zone coverage and man coverage is terrible. Yeah, he's a gem, but it has to be a really good gem to pick up something that we don't really need, right? And an athletic receiver, not going to make the cut. Get lucky with the fullback. I hope Tootin, Carl Tootin, sounds like a great name for a Kentucky Wildcat wide receiver. Okay, a gem fullback. Utility, I want a blocker. Impact blocking of 72. Fan favorite, the natural, screen enforcer, and recoup. And a junior college sophomore as well. They've got 2 more years. They might be our starting fullback. Do we need a fullback? Yeah, because we don't have one. We're playing wide receiver. Why not get an actual fullback? Show some love to the fullbacks out there, right? Fullbacks do not get enough love. They do not. And then here we go. Carl Tootin. One time, everybody, for Carl Tootin here to be an incredible receiver from Danville, Kentucky. That's disappointing. Carl Tootin, you really disappointed me. Really wanted to go after Carl Tootin, but it might be Tutton. It might be Tutton, but I really was hoping that would have been a hit. So who else do we have? Let's go 3-star prospects, and let's just scout the highest. Let's go highest rank. Yeah, highest. Well, here we go. This is highest rank. That's a bust. We already know that. Another fullback. Let's take a look. Right? Why not? Is that it? Oh, that's the gem that we found, but we didn't want. I think most of these we looked at. A 6'4" vertical tight end? Marquez Quick with a name like that? Why did I not scout him? Maybe I did. Here I go looking at more tight ends, right? You're just looking for gems here, right? That's all there is to it. You're not trying to get fancy. At least, I'm not. Is this one we've looked at? A junior college junior cornerback? No. There was that gem free safety we already looked at. Man-to-man cornerback. I feel like we scouted them. DeMarco Henry. We scouted him. Lee German. I think we scouted him. Yeah, we scouted Vaughn's. We have him on the list. He's going to be our fullback next year, probably. Caleb Heller. Any Kentucky sleepers we've missed? It's got to be a couple of them, right? Any Kentucky sleepers we've missed? Defensive tackle, Terrence Cribbs. Take a look. I think we have enough defensive tackles, but... Okay, that's probably all we're looking at here. Maybe a strong safety. And then maybe this athlete. I just can't help it, right? And then maybe this wide receiver too, you know? And then maybe this wide receiver too. Deep threat, 6'2". From Lexington, Kentucky. 2-star. I don't care if he's 2-star. If it's the 2-star gem, 99 speed, imagine. Oh, 86. I'm sorry, Isaac. I know you're from Lexington, Kentucky, but that's just, we expect a lot faster. I'm so sorry. I feel bad now. Okay, let's scout. Okay, bust? No way. Marquez Quick. Vertical threat, 6'4". And a gem. Oh my. What about speed, 81? Sanders is better. Never mind. A vertical threat? No. Sorry. Nope. Gotta find gems here. Gems are really the only thing we're looking for right now. Bust? No. No. One time for maybe the strong safety. And that is the... one times definitely don't work. That was the opposite of a good one time. Oh my. Kentucky talent is not looking great right now. 89 speed from Louisville. Are you going to Louisville? Going to WKU? That'll be a good fit. That'll actually be a really good fit. They could have a really good career there. But they will not start for the Kentucky Wildcats. And it's time. Let's advance the week and see who's playing in the conference championships after Army and Navy week here. And BJ Miners. Am I Miners? I think Miners with the Z. I'm going to go with Miners. It sounds like Miners. I don't know. Let's just call him BJ. From Detroit, Michigan. 4-star middle linebacker. Emmanuel. No clue how you would pronounce that last name. But wide receiver. 3-star from Florida. Was that the one we just added? Yeah, that's the... Should we have added that wide receiver? Is that the one we just... That's the 6'2 physical. Were we going to sign that wide receiver? I can't remember. Was that... Let's actually take a look. We can't take a look. Okay, let's see who's playing in the conference weeks, and then we'll see how the college football playoff shakes up. So, conference championship matchups. We got Liberty versus Jacksonville State for the Conference USA. The MAC championship, Toledo versus Miami University. Big 12 championship is Cincinnati versus Kansas State. A huge game. That would be huge. If the Bearcats, that means that Texas Tech lost. Texas Tech was sitting with 2 losses on the season. All they had to do was win. They're in the conference championship. They lost, moves them out of the conference championship and out of the college football playoff chance. Wow. That is heartbreaking for the Red Raiders. A Sun Belt championship, Old Dominion versus UL Monroe. SEC championship, Georgia versus Alabama. AAC championship, East Carolina versus USF. Mountain West championship, San Diego State versus Fresno State. Big Ten championship, Oregon versus Michigan. That's going to be a great game. ACC championship is Syracuse again. What is happening in the ACC? Clemson can't get it together. And Syracuse is somehow dominating. That's 2 seasons in a row. Keep in mind, Syracuse took down Notre Dame, who is ranked number 4 in the season in week 0. They went on to take down Clemson as well, and they play against Boston College. Boston College has taken down big teams as well. The ACC is all over the place in this dynasty. So there are the conference championship matchups. Let's see what happens though. So we'll go ahead and advance time. There's nothing else we can do here. We can take a look at the season stats though. But we can take a look at that at the next week, right? Yeah. Let's go ahead and advance the week. Just got to make sure I don't accidentally hit like advance multiple weeks. You got to pay attention to that. I've done it before. LaMarcus Moses, the kicker. We are basically on the list. They have not committed to Kentucky. Why not? They're leaving their options open. You got to go somewhere else. So you'll notice when you get to the playoffs, I think it's a composure thing, but your overalls will actually drop. So our defense was 89 the whole season, but it resets after the season where I guess there's no like hot streak advantages or I don't know what causes that, but you notice your overall will always drop. So our defense went from 89 to 87. The Heisman winner, the quarterback from Alabama, 42 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, never before seen. You will never see me do that. You'll see me throw 42 touchdowns, but at least 20 interceptions if I throw that much. 3,907 yards. That's a great season. Did we win anything? Yes! Hardaway! Best defensive back. Y'all love to see it. Interception and 31 tackles. No touchdowns. Hardaway, the senior, will probably get drafted as well. What else? That's it. We didn't have any other award winners. Our defense was amazing. So we finished the season as the 4th seed. We face off against Nebraska in the first game. The Wildcats versus the Cornhuskers. Let's see what other matchups we have. So did our staff leave? I don't think they did. I think our staff stayed. Yeah, they did stay. It would say higher staff there if we lost them. So we still get to keep our motivators. We have 2 motivators, which is massive. Trying to, are they elite motivators? I can't remember. Let's actually see that. Are they elite motivators? I know Ryan's not. Master motivator. They are both not. Have 5 players drafted. Actually, we'll get that this year. Which means they can spend their skill points in the offseason. Oh my. And that motivator is huge. Master motivator is huge, especially for player progression. So Ryan Gamer is going to stay the elite recruiter on the team. A little bit recruiting, maybe a little bit on the scheme, and then master motivator. What job offer? We will never leave Kentucky. I just want to see some of the job offers are insane. Actually, oh my, this is the best I've seen. Oklahoma wants Ryan Gamer. Ole Miss 4.5-star wants Ryan Gamer. USC offering an offensive coordinator position. Are you kidding me? USC? Yeah, right. And then West Virginia head coach. 4.5-star Ole Miss. We would never leave Kentucky, but that's a huge job offer. Right? To even have that as an option is pretty amazing. Okay, moment of truth. Moment of truth, everybody. Let's see who is in. Let's see the final top 25. Here we go. Oregon, Georgia, Syracuse, Kentucky, Alabama, Michigan, Kansas State, Boston College, USF, Penn State, Clemson, Nebraska, Miami of Ohio, Wisconsin, Texas Tech, Liberty, Missouri, Texas, Cincinnati, Texas A&M, Jack State, Notre Dame, Illinois, Washington, and San Diego State. So you all see Georgia took down Alabama. That's right. Georgia took down Alabama. They are the 2nd seed. Alabama drops to number 5 there. They switch places there, but look at Kentucky. Let's go, baby. 3 teams in the SEC in the top 10. Let's see. What about the Big 10? Oregon, Michigan, and then Penn State. And then look at the Big 12. Kansas State and Syracuse is ACC, right? So Syracuse in there and Boston College both in the ACC. And then Kansas State from the Big 12 and Texas Tech, they fell apart. They had such a great chance to make the college football playoffs, but they fell short. Yeah, it's gonna be a great college football playoffs, everybody. Number 1 seed is Oregon. They got to bye. Number 2, Georgia. Number 3, Syracuse. Number 4, Kansas State. Number 5, Kentucky, playing against number 12, Nebraska in the first round. That will be a home game in Lexington, Kentucky. You have USF, number 9 seed versus number 8 seed Boston College. Number 11 seed Clemson versus number 6 seed Alabama. You got number 10 seed Penn State versus number 7 seed Michigan. So let's take a look at the award winners. Player of the year, I understand. We didn't have a lot of breakouts, right? But head coach of the year, we were number 8. That's really good. We won a season ago. We had the perfect season. But yeah, I mean, Liberty had a great year. I still think that probably Liberty, I don't know. I still feel like that 11-1 season in the Conference USA versus an 11-1 season ranked 4th in the nation in the SEC with our schedule. I still think ours is better than Michigan, Georgia, not Georgia. No, I actually think Georgia should have won Coach of the Year. Yeah, how did Georgia not? Their schedule, what they did to us in front of their home fans, I mean, it was a close game, but their defense played amazing. And I don't know. I do not agree with this. I mean, I'm not calling out Liberty or Miami University. It's an amazing season that they both had, right? They did a great job, and Kansas State as well. I would give this to Kansas State. I would give it to Georgia, number 1. Kansas State, number 2, for what they did. And then Kentucky, either maybe number 2, tied with Kansas State, or maybe number 3. Yeah, that's how I would judge it. And Alabama, I think, deserves to be higher as well. With their schedule, they had a really good year. They crushed some teams. They won some huge games. Best quarterback? Yeah, we're not going to be in that. But hey, best defensive player, Hardaway, was number 7 on that. It's going to be sad to lose Hardaway. That's a huge loss. He's going to go pro. Hardaway, best defensive back, definitely going pro at 90 overall. We're going to have multiple players go pro. Patterson, keep in mind, is only a sophomore. If he continues to develop, he has the shifty physical ability. In one of my dynasties, Patterson's speed jumped from 90 to 97. So keep in mind, the pros can spend their skill points on anything. So you don't have control over it. You have no clue what they're going to spend their skill points on. You just got to hope that they spend it on things that you want. And in one of mine, Jason actually spent it on speed and did amazing. He broke every record in the book. He broke Barry Sanders' rushing record. That's right. Single season rushing record. Broke Barry Sanders' yards, and he broke Barry Sanders' touchdowns record. It's an insane season. I'll have to remember to show you all that, a screenshot of that one season so you can see it. But Patterson was unreal, increasing his speed to 97. Just going to scroll through the awards so you can see it. We'll take a look at the stats too. Yeah, that is bizarre to me. Our defense dominated. Did we get a lot of sacks? No. And you're telling me none of our assistants are even... What is the disrespect to the Kentucky Wildcats this season, everybody? I've never seen anything like it. Our defensive coordinator did not win Coordinator of the Year. In my opinion, we had the best defense in college football. Now, whether or not we did, let's actually take a look at that. But how in the world did we not? Let's take a look at the SEC here. And let's go offense first. Pass, we're not going to be on there. We are far down the list on passing. Are we last? We are last place in the SEC in passing. Alabama, Missouri, Georgia leading the way. Rushing, we have to be up there. Rushing, the Kentucky Wildcats are number one. We did run the ball well. Patterson had a great season, and he's going to continue to get better. And points per game, we can't be up there. We were up there, 6. Passing touchdowns, we were up there? What? Wait, why does it say we're number 1? What is going on? Oh, because I was sorting it by... Oh, we're last. Good. Georgia, number 1, passing touchdowns. Alabama. Rushing touchdowns were number 2. Texas A&M had 27. First downs, we were number 1. Yes, number 1 in first downs. You love to see that. So there's offense. What about defense? It's got to be up there. Defense, total yards. Oh my. The Kentucky Wildcats. Number 1 defense in the season. That is amazing. We're number 1 overall yards. We are number 1 against the pass. We're tied with Arkansas. That is so close. But look at the rush. Kentucky Wildcats only allowed 706 rushing yards. The closest to us was Texas A&M and Texas. Interesting enough, Georgia's defense struggled. Like, yeah, they have a tough season. I don't know if I'd call that struggling, right? They're number 5, but I would call it struggling when Georgia is worse than Arkansas, Mississippi State, and Florida, right? I wouldn't call that struggling, but for them, Georgia, you better believe, considers that struggling. They allowed 1,300 rushing yards and 91 overall defense. Yeah, right. Least points allowed was Kentucky. 219. The closest one to us was Georgia. We will check national as well. Yeah, Georgia crushed us in sacks, didn't they? We were number 11 in sacks. Forced fumbles, we were not up there. South Carolina, Georgia, LSU, Alabama, we were way down there. Interceptions? Yeah, I feel like our cornerbacks were not our strong point. Yeah, they weren't. It was our pass rush and I feel like our middle linebackers, our cornerbacks were not bad. They went through a tough time, but let's take a look at national. I think we had the best defense. Kentucky Wildcats had the number 1 defense. I feel like that was my biggest improvement last year to this year. Knowing I have to step it up on Heisman. It was a big test. Remember what Toledo did? Yeah, we don't talk about Toledo here on the Gabe Ability YouTube channel. But what we do talk about is after Toledo almost came back and won in week 1, our defense really started to lock it in. We had a couple growing pains week 2, but yeah, we locked it in. We had the number 1 defense in yards allowed, in least amount of yards allowed, and we did not have the number 1 against the pass. That was UTSA, but I mean, just, okay, no, this is not something to look at. Like, look at, now, Texas Tech is actually pretty impressive, actually. I will say that. Because Texas Tech, they do not have a great secondary, aren't known for their secondary, and usually they get thrown on quite a bit in the Big 12. Kansas State as well. But yeah, you look at conferences, like look at the teams. Anybody in the Big 10, SEC, ACC? No, no, there's not, I don't think. Unless I'm missing one. What about rushing or passing? Rushing, yeah, we're definitely number 1. Look at that. Number 1 team against the rush. Penn State number 2. Clemson is number 4 there. What about points? Yeah, amazing. Oh, 219. Kansas State was close. They dominated there in the Big 12, didn't they? They dominated. Penn State had a great defensive year as well. Now, what about conversions? I feel like we probably weren't very good here. 3rd down attempts? Well, that's not what we need. We need to look SEC so we can actually see them. I don't care. Yeah, conversions. Here we go. In the SEC, our 3rd down percent was 47. That's not bad. What about 4th down? We had 10 conversions on 13 attempts. That's 76%. That's amazing. Red zone efficiency. This is interesting. We were pretty good with touchdown. Now, what about offensive points percent? We were number 6 in the SEC. Now, yeah, this is what I want to look at. Defense. I feel like our defense dominated in the red zone. Did we not? No. Wait, is this deep red zone points percent? Is this saying that we allowed a touchdown 46% of the time, or we stopped them 46% of the time? So yeah, overall, I think red zone efficiency, in my opinion, was really good most of the year, but I don't know. Penalties, not worried about. Let's take a look at turnovers here. How many giveaways? Okay, not great. Not great. 18 giveaways. Georgia led the way with 18. We had 16. We threw 16 interceptions and no fumbles lost, though. So take the positives, right? We had 13 takeaways. Georgia led the way with that. Tied with Alabama. And yeah, we did not have enough interceptions compared to the other teams in the SEC. But love to take a look at that comparison. That's something I did not look at last year. I think it's fun to look at. You know, see how our team did overall. Brock Vandegrift, yeah, his senior year did not go as planned. He will not be getting drafted in the NFL after this season. 2,490 yards, 7 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Not good. Not good. He had some great games, but overall, this was a down year compared to last year for Brock Vandegrift. And he did not have the greatest year last year either. Ajayi played 3 snaps, right? Our backup quarterback there, the freshman Patterson, had a great year. 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns, only fumbled 1 time. That's a great year. 119 yards per game. I said our offense wasn't good. Well, our offensive line running the ball was good. Pass blocking, not great. But yeah, our running backs got the job done. The freshman had a very good year. 5 touchdowns on 48 carries. He averaged 6 yards a carry. Receiving, Barryon Brown, it's going to be so sad to see him go. He's definitely going to the NFL. Only had 33 receptions, right? We didn't throw the ball a lot this season. Whenever he threw, bad things happened, right? So with Stephen Bullock, if Barryon Brown is here next year with the new recruit, wow, if only. This is going to be the saddest thing to see Barryon Brown and Dayton Key go. We're losing our superstars who are both going to go pro. Look at their numbers. Only 33 receptions, 25. But 909 yards and 520. 8 touchdowns and 5. That's great. I wish we could have given them the ball more. Our offense was not built to pass this season. We just didn't have the time. You don't have time to throw. What are you going to do? Whenever we did throw, we'd throw 16 interceptions. So Sanders here. Freshman tight end was redshirted for the first week, changed my mind, put him in the lineup week 2, and he dominated. No touchdowns, though, believe it or not. He played 11 games, no touchdowns, but he had so many key plays, averaged 10 yards a reception. Macklin did all right. Patterson did all right through the backfield as well. Blocking. Who allowed the most sacks? Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I believe Priceman there had the most penalties as well, it seemed like. Okay, now what about defense? Who had the most tackles? Most tackles was Godfrey, and most solo tackles. Most tackles for loss was Hardaway. Wow, we blitzed a lot. Our cornerback, that's how aggressive I got with the blitz this season. Our cornerback had 16 tackles for loss. And he had 4 sacks. He was 3rd on sacks. That I did a lot of zone blitzes, and it shows. I mean, that's great. He had 1 interception. We did not intercept the ball a lot this year compared to last season. Last season, we had so many interceptions. Maxwell, honestly, had a down year. He played great last year. He will still go pro. But Maxwell made a lot of mistakes this year. Only 1 interception, and his coverage was not great, if you remember. Hardaway dominated. Dunn had some poor coverage as well. Our cornerbacks across the board struggled. And just look at this. This is going to be sad, but let this sink in for a second. Senior. Sophomore. So we have a sophomore cornerback. We're losing our entire starting cornerbacks. Yeah. We did not have a kickoff return for a touchdown, did we? Kicking. I feel like I greatly improved in kicking. 10 for 12. I will take that. 53 was the longest one. Punting, how'd our punter do? I mean, he seemed to do pretty good. We only had to punt 17 times. I'd say that's pretty good, right? Any kick returns? I don't think so. Yeah, we did not. And Brandon White will be back another year. He's got that platinum shifty ability. And honestly, I would say Brandon White might be in the starting lineup as a wide receiver. We have 13 receivers on our roster. I think he's going to stay the kick returner, though. Barron Brown did not score a touchdown. He was close a couple times. He almost broke a couple. So there you have it. There's the look at this season. We are losing so much next year. It's a good thing we had a great recruiting class last year. But we could take a look at All-Americans. That's the only thing I didn't take a look at. First team in Kentucky. You're kidding me. And then we had Patterson, our halfback. You're kidding that our defense, we only had 1. Our linebackers played unreal this season. Sanders has to be on here. What? Okay. He didn't score a touchdown, though. North Texas's tight end, Brandon Young Jr. got it. I don't know. I think Kentucky was really overlooked this season. We can take a look at freshmen here. Sanders got it in the SEC, and Drayton, our running back, who might be the running back next season. It's going to be a battle between him and Patterson. Patterson, yeah, the running back in the SEC. And there's a couple more, but our linebackers, in my opinion, dominated this season. You all saw them. You all watched it. You all watched this season play out. We had some of the best linebackers, and our defensive line played great. Our entire defense dominated, and we get no recognition in the All-Americans. That's heartbreaking. So, the good news is our path to the playoffs is not as hard as it could be, because Kansas State is an 82 overall defense, 81 overall team. So overall-wise, similar team to Louisville. Now, anything can happen, right? Those overalls don't always mean a lot. That if you play this game, you notice that. Now, if we beat them, we could have a rematch against Oregon. Keep in mind, if you watch year 1 here, Ryan Gamer, the Kentucky Wildcats, played in the national championship versus Oregon, and we crushed Oregon. Now, that was on All-American. We are on Heisman this year, and they're looking for revenge. we could get the rematch in the semifinals of the college football playoffs. That is going to be epic. Now, Alabama has to go through Clemson, who has had some huge upsets this year. Their overall is really good. They just haven't won games. They got beat by Syracuse. Clemson got beat by a lot of teams they shouldn't have. So Alabama plays against Clemson, and then Syracuse, it gets the first round bye. Penn State plays against Michigan and will face against Georgia, the winner of that game. My predictions, make your predictions, everybody. I predict Kentucky is going to win against Nebraska. I think Boston College is going to win against USF. I think Alabama is going to win against Clemson. And I think Penn State, with the way their defense has looked, I think Penn State is going to win against Michigan. I picked that wrong last year, too. I picked Michigan to lose, and they did not. Or that might have been the Road to Glory series. I think that was the Road to Glory series. I picked Michigan to lose. And, of course, they made it to the national championship game to face off against Rec Gamer and the Texas Tech Red Raiders. If you missed that episode, make sure you check it out. That would have been this week. So, yeah, our path to the playoffs is looking really good. I think that it'll be Kentucky versus Kansas State, Boston College versus Oregon, Alabama versus Syracuse, Penn State versus Georgia. I think it'll be Georgia and Alabama in the semifinals, and I don't want to make predictions about our upper part of the bracket. I will make a prediction about Boston College. They have beat so many big teams this year. I think Boston College is going to upset Oregon. They've had so many upsets this year. They've done so many upsets. And I would not be surprised if Syracuse upsets Alabama or Clemson. They've already beat Clemson once. Why not do it again? Those teams simulate amazing in this game. Syracuse and Boston College, it's a couple of years in a row that they've had a great year. Well, Syracuse, Boston College didn't have a great year last year in this game, in this dynasty, I do not believe, but they are this year. But there you have it. That's a good place to end this episode. I know it was a long one. A lot to go through this episode. Wanted to showcase the season stats. That's something I didn't do last year. I didn't take a look at team stats. The Kentucky Wildcats have the #1 defense in college football, everybody. Let that sink in. That's something to celebrate. This defense has been amazing. We didn't get a lot of All-Americans, which was very surprising to me. In my opinion, we should have our whole defense for All-Americans, in my opinion. But, hey, we didn't get it, but what we did get is ranked 4th in the nation going into the college football playoff, and we get to face off in front of our home fans not a quarterfinal matchup, a first-round matchup to advance to the quarterfinals of the college football playoff in Lexington, Kentucky. That's a dream, right? Kentucky versus Nebraska coming up in the next episode. Drop a like if you got some enjoyment. Subscribe for more. Be sure you check out all the other career mode content on the channel. You're likely to find another video or series that you enjoy. As always, have a fantastic day, everybody.